There are far too many commands in Tana's command line for me to talk about all of them, but I want you to know that the command line exists. If you hit Command K, or if you're on Windows, Control K, it will bring up a whole bunch of built-in commands that allow you to interact with information in all sorts of ways. You can find commands and Tana features that you don't know about or that you forgot about. And you can access just about any of Tana's features inside the command line. The mechanics of this, you hit Command K or Control K on Windows, and it will open the command line. You've got a whole lot of commands in there. They're available in the search that comes up when you press Command K, meaning you can just start typing and it'll narrow them down. And it's very important to know that the search is context sensitive, meaning that only those commands that are currently relevant will be available. If a command isn't relevant to the particular thing you're doing right now, it won't show up. So just to give you an idea, when I bring it up here, you can see all of these commands. There are so many, and we're not going to go through all of them right now. But if I say let's say I wanted to sort these down here below, I think this will change the sort of them here. I can type sort children by name A through Z, and it just sorted those nodes A to Z. And that may not be something you need to do a lot of, but the fact that you have so many command options available to you, I encourage you to look through them. One that I think is really nice to be aware of is move. And there's move to, and then there's move to, but also leave a reference behind. Those are the two built-in commands I use most. They will move a node to a workspace and location of your choosing. Now, move to moves the node and it'll disappear from where you currently are. It moves the node and it moved it, so it's not here now. Move and leave reference will move the node, but will also create a reference where you currently are. So it's cake and eat it too. It goes away, but you have the reference here. You can also pre-configure move targets. You can also configure move targets. The pre-configured ones are today, so you can move to something to the current day node. You can move to the node of the day node when that node was created. Like if it was created 5 days ago, you choose this one, it'll go to the day node 5 days ago. You can move it to the top level of the workspace, home. You can move it to a library. I say subject of a future thread here because that's carried over from a previous iteration here. I'm not going to create a thread about this. I don't talk about the library. Library sort of implies a level of organization, and I never, ever go into the library on Tana. But it is useful sometimes for, kind of keeping things sort of out of the main area of the workspace. If it's something you would never want to be deleted, but you always want to be able to reference it, the library is useful for that. And then the inbox is a place. Now, I'm not sure, maybe as I do this, I know the inbox is being de-emphasized a little bit. I don't really use it myself. So it may not show up in here after a certain point, but it may. I'm not totally sure. But you can also set a particular move target, which would set the current node as a user-defined target for any move to. So if I hit Command K and say set move target, then this node right here, set move target command, has become a move target. And so if I were to say I wanted to move this node to, we're on this one, and set move target command is there. So I can now move that to here. I have a lot more workspaces than the average person because I have a lot of templates and a fair number of clients, so you won't have that many pop up. I also use bring referenced node here. So when you're working with a reference, you can use this command to swap the current node and the original. So I created this. I moved this one here, this library specialized. If I were to then say move and leave reference back to here's where we are, and I'll put it back to, I can't really move it back where it was. Let's move it back here manually because I don't have a move target. If I were then move and leave reference to this workspace and then set move target command, now there's a reference where it originally was, and the original node is down here. If I go to the reference, I can say bring reference node here, and now they swap. And so moving them around and kind of manipulating the references and the originals, there's certain, usefulness for that. When you cannot remember how to do something in Tana, hit Command K. You can always search the help area as well, of course, but more likely than not, what you're looking for exists in the command line. So Command K will do it for you. Now, I think as you get more comfortable using Tana, you'll probably use the command line directly, less and less, because you'll have kind of the structure and the setup that you want and you'll know how to use it. but I still go there when I'm not sure where else to go. So explore the command line in some different contexts. Look for commands that you might not know exist and play around with it. There's time to explore that. In the exercises, you can work through these. I'm not going to model them because I kind of showed you already how each of these things work. But you can, get used to how moving works, how setting a new move target, which if you have something like a particular project or a particular node where you like to gather things, that can be useful. And it'll just give you, some practice moving these nodes around and getting comfortable with using the command line in general.